There is a school that self-destructed not because society didn't care, but because the school was society.
Number 8, Heathers remains relevant. These privileged teenagers in Heathers are political animals, abandoned by authority figures, corrupted by power, and grappling with the nihilism of oncoming adulthood. Heathers drips with cynicism, which is partly why it's considered a film that defined Generation X. But that same Gen X cynicism is prevalent in modern times. The movie was relevant when it came out, and perhaps is even more relevant, maybe too relevant now. Winona Ryder and Christian Slater have been called a Gen X dream team. Those born roughly between 1961 and 1981 are considered Gen X. I, as a baby Gen Xer, can even claim the subcategory of Zennial, if I was so self-inclined and so self-involved. But if the Doc Martens fit, you know what I'm saying? Unscientifically speaking, Gen Xers are considered more cynical than sentimental. Some relate this to the Nixon era being a stain on our collective unconscious. Recent world events have only compounded the problem for all generations, though. We just have trust issues. It's time to address the Columbine in the room. 10 years after the film came out, it became eerily associated with the horrors of the Columbine shooting and violence in US schools. The New York Times even contacted the director of Heathers, Michael Lehman, for comment directly after the event. Heathers' executive director, Denise Novi, has stated that it was utterly outlandish at the time to think that a dark trench coat wearing mofo with anger issues would harm his school. That said, it's totally valid, of course, if the gun JD brings into school could absolutely not be a benign experience for those who have dealt with that kind of trauma. Something I hold on to here is that this movie does have a heroine that fights against nihilism and the cynicism and disillusionment of adulthood. In that way, she is a leader we could use right now.